Hello again, this is Foghorn with another installment of Beginning on Basics Academics for the 8th of August 2950 or 2020 if you're stuck in the past. This presentation is part of an ongoing series of academics for the members of the Aurora Republic, the premier role-playing organization in Star Citizen. If you are new to the Aurora Republic or visiting for the first time, let me start by saying welcome. We're glad to have you with us and would love to hear more from you. If you'd like to hear more from us, we are a lawful good organization focused on roleplay exploration and social interaction and are currently active and recruiting on Spectrum and Discord. Our sponsor for this evening is the Cult of Standing on Chairs. Come on and join us. The weather up here is fine. Rules of engagement. We're streaming this video on Twitch. Remember, there is a broadcast delay, so you probably want to deafen, I imagine, Discord so you can listen to my voice in sync on Twitch and not have to hear it echoed twice. If you have any questions, just unmute in Discord and ask them in real time. And tonight we are discussing damage types. Boop. Alright, so actually found an article in Jump Point magazine that actually made me go and do a little bit of research on what they're implementing as far as their physicalized damage system, which is not completely 100% online yet, but they are beginning to do some of the implementation of their design work, and so we'll just go over that very quickly, and then we'll go out and fly. All right, so come on, what's going on? Oh, there we are. Okay, so damage types. There's 5 types and 3 subtypes in their design. The 5 types of damage that weapons, and these are standardized between both in FPS and ships and vehicles and spaceflight and all of that. So it's a standard physicalized damage system across all spectrums of the game. So the 5 types are chemical, electrical, kinetic, radiant, and thermal so far. They didn't say that those were going to be the only 5, but that's the 5 that they've sort of advertised right now. Kinetic, obviously, is projectiles, which is just good old-fashioned kinetic energy, which is mass times velocity. And that's pretty much kind of been the basis for all the damage so far. They have just recently started adding in some of the others, such as electrical with the ATSCAV and other from Lightning Bolt Company, giving different other types of damage that can come with those types of weapons. So shocks, discharges, that sort of thing. Chemical, I don't believe they have in the game, and radiant, I don't believe they have in the game either, but they are adding... recently have added in some thermal as well, so burns and that sort of thing. The 3 subtypes that they listed as well are really less more of like, they called them subtypes for damage, and they can happen on any of the 5, but they're really more of effects. They're less damage and really more of effects. So any of those things can also cause distortion, both which could impair your spacecraft or your spacesuit systems. Radiation, which has not actually been implemented in the game yet, but they do have a design for it and have started working on that, according to the article. And then, of course, stun, which will be modeled by impaired vision and hearing, depending on how bad it is, up to possibly even blacking out and unconsciousness. These can be dealt by different types of ammunition, and they actually do have these types are in, with the exception of 1. So, of course, we've all pretty much thought the world of Star Citizen is either ballistic or laser, and this is the types of damage that they cause so far. This is sort of definitely a tier 0 implementation. And then with the addition of the Lightning Bolt Company, they've added Electron damage, which is basically electrical shock. The last one, plasma, is probably on the near horizon. They talked about it extensively, but there's no listed plasma-based weapons yet. So there's probably some things that are on the horizon there. Plasma being a combination of thermal and chemical damage. So a plasma weapon would not only burn the target with heat, it would also cause chemical reactions on the surface that would probably look somewhat acidic, causing chemical type burning on the target as well. So there's just very quick, from what we're able to find, the most important things here is some of the notes. The biggest thing to remember is that, like I said, this is all at this instant with what they've implemented so far with 3.10. It is not the finished product, not even close. So before 3.10, everything was basically just a good old-fashioned like hit points system. You know, a weapon did a certain amount of damage. There was no different types of damage. It was just simply damage, and it was against a health point pool for the shields or the hull itself. They're working their way into a physicalized damage system where it's not just simply straight numbers being subtracted from other numbers. Now they're also going to have mitigations and take into different types of damage, like exactly how that damage vector actually works. So right now, armor mitigation is simply flat for personal armors and for ships. Means it's just a flat reduction percentage against any and all damage types. That will not be the case in the future. Right now, it's that's the way it is. So in the future you'll have different armors that will be better. You know, some will be more insulated against electrical and shock, but may not give you as much kinetic protection, or vice versa. For example, some of the other mitigations are not, the mitigations themselves are not all fully implemented either. Those are also in their very, very tier 0 state. The only atmospheric mitigation is bullet drop due to gravity, so there is not any atmospheric drag on ballistic rounds or anything like that. But it is all, of course, in the design document, so that will all be future implementation as they get as they iterate on this and get it further developed. So right now, all the ammunition types do have their damage value set and what type of damage they do set, and then the actual damage on the target is calculated after all of those armor and other mitigations are factored in. So it is still a very simple system. It's a little more complicated than it was in 3.9 and earlier, but it is still nowhere near being a realistic simulation that they have planned in their mind for their finished target state. So, but this is where they stand now, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes from here on out. So, prior to any mission, whether you're going to go fly or whether you're going to go FPS and go raid a bunker or any of that stuff, there's going to be more and more decisions to be made by those who are going to go into harm's way as far as what equipment you want to take with you and what you're expecting. So again, probably not super soon, but as they continue to iterate this, intelligence is going to be much, much, much more valuable. Instead of going into a target blind, you're going to want to be able to go in and know what's there beforehand so that you can craft your response to it, choose what weapons and armor you're going to wear and or fly with to go in against that threat is going to be, like I said, much more valuable in the near future. So a little quick and dirty on damage types. That's really all I got for this week, just because it's been a busy week and there wasn't a whole lot that I felt was discussion worthy with the rollout of Alpha 3.10 that hasn't already been said other places. Plus, with the rollout of Alpha 3.10, a lot of we had the 16,007 problems and the 10,000s and a lot of 30Ks, crash desktops, visits by crash handler. So getting in and getting stable has been a little bit of a problem this week. I believe I checked the status of the servers a couple of hours ago earlier today. It looks like they got the 16,000K problem, 16,007 problems fixed. And I very quickly went in and did a spot check and was able to get in no problem. So after I wrap up and sign off here, then I'll need probably, 3 minutes to get my sticks set up, and then we'll be ready to go in and fly. I don't really have a big plan tonight for anything because I wasn't sure we were going to be able to make it in with all of the problems, but it looks like those are cleared up, so we'll just go in and find something fun to do. Make it up as we go. Okay. If there are any questions, I'll go ahead and tap dance for a few seconds to see if anybody wants to come up and ask a question on damage types, and then we will go in and fly. So, take a quick sip of my water. We'll call that good. All right, this wraps up this installment of Academics with Foghorn. Hope you found it interesting and helpful. If you have any questions I didn't answer, please feel free to contact me via email, Discord, Spectrum, of course, the comments section below. I'll answer it as best of my ability and as soon as I see it. If you're a member or visitor like, please hit those follows and subscribe buttons as appropriate and leave us a comment. We do read them all, and we are always looking for feedback to improve our content. You can find out more information about us at aurorarepublic.space, our bespoke website. Or you can also find us on Spectrum, our less bespoke website, at robertspaceindustriescom/org/AuroraRep. I'll see you next time. This is Foghorn signing off, wishing you a very pleasant remainder of your morning, afternoon, and or evening, and thank you very much for watching.